John Hansen, Professor of Neurobiology and Anatomy and Associate Dean for Admissions at the University of Rochester. Well, I'm currently, and for the past 26 years, have been at the University of Rochester Medical Center in upstate New York. Prior to that, I was on the faculty for 10 years at the University of Texas Health Science Center in San Antonio. And prior to that, my graduate training was at Tulane University School of Medicine. Interesting story. I applied to both graduate programs in biology as well as anatomy. I had a faculty mentor at the time who was a member of both biology and anatomy societies, and he explained to me the advantages and disadvantages of being a professor in a biology department, teaching undergraduate students and doing research, as well as the advantages and disadvantages of teaching medical students and opportunities for research. And I ultimately ended up getting accepted at a couple of anatomy programs and chose Tulane. They had a very fine record, and a person there that I was very interested in working with as a graduate mentor, and that's how I ended up in anatomy. Well, I initially got involved with the Netter products with the third edition of the Atlas for Human Anatomy, and have been an editor for the third, fourth, and fifth editions of that atlas. And as a result of that, I also proposed to the publisher at that time to do a set of flashcards, which were unique in that most flashcards available at that time were in black and white and only covered the musculoskeletal system. And wanting a set of flashcards for the professional student in medicine or dentistry, allied health, I decided that the Netter images, which are essentially the gold standard in medical education, dental education, make such a wonderful learning device for our students. So having colored flashcards, extending it beyond the musculoskeletal system to include organs, blood vessels, arteries, veins, also the nervous system, really extended that. So the flashcards have been very successful. They're a nice adjunct to the Atlas, a portable version, if you will, and are now in electronic format as well. That led also to my desire to do an essential anatomy text using the Netter images again, and then we're in the second edition of that textbook, which is designed for first-year medical students and dental students or allied health students. A very concise anatomy text that allows us, really helps the student focus on the essential anatomy without being overly comprehensive, but still covering all the basic material that they need. And that led finally to the Netter coloring book, which is available at most mass market bookstores, and is a wonderful way for students who are very visual and wish to learn anatomy by coloring in images themselves. We have line drawings of the Netter material. On one side of the page is a drawing, on the other side is information, tables, whatever is necessary to explain the structure that's being colored. My daughter went to medical school. She wasn't a science major originally, and she got through her anatomy course with an anatomy coloring book. Unfortunately, she didn't have the Netter one at that time, but she made me a believer that that additional step in learning, coloring in an object with magic markers or colored pencils, can really be a nice adjunct to one's learning. So that's been a successful product as well. And now many of these products are moving not just from the hard copy but also into the electronic version and to apps that are available on iPhones, iPods, and the iPad.